This thing has me trapped in my car like Cujo. Get out of here. Go on, get. No, don't yell at me. Get.
Another photo of the coach with friends, sharing she had stayed home to babysit the couple's grandkids with the hashtag Buddy deserved a night out.
What, the Blue Chew pill?
That was a Blue Chew pill commercial. That's not Urban Meyer of Jacksonville Jaguar fame. That is the brand new Viagra commercial.
Yes.
So before we make fun of this situation, welcome to Floridiots.
Hello.
All Florida man stories all the time. And I'm Lee.
I am Pops. How you doing today?
And we're your Florida men's
Yes.
hosts, because we know the most about Florida men because we are Florida men's. And that's your Florida Man of the Week.
Yes.
Urban Meyer.
Hey.
Head coach, Jacksonville Jaguars, former head coach of Ohio State Buckeyes and the Florida Gators. Championship coach. No argument there that he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Maybe also one of the worst humans of all time.
That would definitely never happen in soccer.
So, as we're going through this story, I want to be very clear. In no way, shape, or form
What the what?
are we okay with this. And I feel very bad for the woman involved.
Totally.
I mean,
yeah.
And you know, I heard on sports radio this week
Yeah.
obtuse callers calling sports radio shows in 2021 defending this guy because, well, what about the woman? I mean, she was doing the grinding. And I just think it's just gross that, like, you can't see that someone doesn't have agency, that they are not in a power position,
Grinding.
that they are possibly inebriated,
A lot.
that he's in a power position and he's
Mhm.
older and
Yes.
he's married. I mean, there's a million things wrong with this.
People know who he is.
And we're still in a place where
People question.
dudes will defend other dudes because they like what they do in a goddamn game.
Yeah.
It's the worst
right.
part of humanity, and it's the worst part of sports. And
Too much Grand Theft Auto attitude.
right, and here's the thing: I love sports, and
Yeah.
usually I'm the odd man out because most of our friends are like into music and art and stuff like that, and
Right.
just
It's-
can't
yeah.
stand jocular culture for this very reason.
Yeah. I
So
yeah, that's a good point.
it's bullshit,
Yeah.
and it's actually not our only Jaguar story of the week.
No.
Jay, I think you have that was the story of an older rich white man attacking a jaguar,
Yes.
and or being attacked, and now we have another one, an old
Yeah.
rich white man attacking a jaguar.
Yeah, what happened is this gentleman from Lake County, strange Florida crime. That's pretty much the headline.
Where's
of the,
Lake County?
Lake County? Isn't that south by Tampa and stuff like that?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
Lakeland's down there. I don't know
Yeah.
if Lake County's
Well, a
down there.
Florida man is behind bars of, oddly enough, with most of these stories.
Every day, all day.
After deputies say he tried to free horses from a local ranch. The Lake County Sheriff's Office says ranch owners reported several horse stalls. Actually, this is a different story. This isn't the Panther story.
Oh
I did it again.
every time we do this show, it's like you just don't even care about us.
I
You
do.
hate doing this.
No.
I'm making you do it,
Not
and
at
then
all.
you don't have the story ready, or you
I had
Can you
this-
pull up the right story?
Yes, I can. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry.
God damn it!
I know.
Wrong Jaguar.
I'm sorry.
God damn it!
I know.
Wrong Jaguar again.
I know. I'm sorry. I
Go
can't.
ahead and do that
Here
story.
it is.
That guy was freeing
I
horses.
know. Yeah, but wild horses. No, actually, a Florida man hospitalized after jumping into a jaguar exhibit at a zoo.
Oh, which zoo? Jacksonville Zoo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacksonville Zoo.
That's a good zoo, by the way.
I mean, I've been there. It's really nice.
I mean, no zoo is a good zoo, but as far as zoos
Yeah. It's like saying circuses are really awesome.
go, right?
No, witnesses said that of course, he's an unidentified man, even after they've written the story, who was described as being in his 20s, had taunted the big cats before jumping over a barrier at the range of the jaguar exhibit and inserting his hand into an enclosure, according to WJXT. A jaguar then clawed the man's arm, leaving zoo employees a trail of blood to clean up after emergency workers bandaged the man and transported him to the hospital.
The jaguar was then put down, which is really super fucked
Yeah,
up. I mean,
and it's that, you know, they even said the jaguar that attacked the man was perfectly fine, and that there was no indication that the man's actions meant he was trying to hurt the jaguar. The zoo was closed on Tuesday night while staff invested on how the man was able to breach the barrier.
Investigated, but the
Yeah.
story actually said invested. So
Yeah.
good job. Who's the story writer there? We're
Yeah.
gonna out you for not having, or maybe you're a proofreader. This is Newsweek.
It's by
Alila Silisco,
Yeah.
who apparently graduated from journalism
Yeah,
school at
Newsweek.
Ashford
I mean,
online.
Yeah, but I bet you she graduated from a school where she doesn't do stuff like that.
Right, she's in a better position than we are.
I didn't just start a different story. So.
We're gonna move south, okay, down to
Uh-oh.
Lakeland. Florida man charged with murder after
Sounds
high-speed motorcycle gang shootout.
Wow.
It's a shootout
What?
between, get this, the Sin City deputies versus the Thug Riders, which I have a hard time saying with a straight face. I don't know how you come up with a motorcycle name, club name, and you end up with Sin City deputies and the Thug Riders. I mean, what are they, just pulling names out of a hat? Those are
What?
two shitty motorcycle gang names.
Yeah.
Mongols is another one. You know, not that I'm making fun of Mongols. I'm sure I'm going to be killed at this point, but it's a dumb name.
I'm pleading the fifth.
But the reason we're doing this story is because if you don't know about this guy, you should look him up.
Yeah.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, the man who at one point when asked, why did your deputies shoot that guy 27 times? He said, because I ran out of bullets.
Oh, wait, quick impersonation. This man's a bad man. This man's a bad man. This man's a bad man. We don't deal with bad men here.
That's pretty accurate. Here's a picture of him clearly saying all lives matter
Yes.
in this photo.
Totally.
You know, the guy makes himself front and center of every story.
Yes,
he makes it, you know, this is my town. He's like an old school sheriff. And his comment here may have escaped people as being obtuse, but he says, quote, I want to take you back to the 1880s. Remember in old westerns where they could just shoot at each other willy-nilly?
Yeah.
That's what happened here, but it was 2021. Why are we discussing this like glorifying an old western?
Quick question.
Yeah,
We're on the East Coast. How could it be a Western?
that's true. Also, another big difference, they didn't arrest people in westerns because they were old white guys.
We're allowed to carry guns.
Absolutely.
That's why they had duels.
That's just Carl being Carl.
Yep. Good old Carl.
So Sheriff Grady Judd saying dumb shit as usual. Florida man Sheriff of the Week, Grady
man.
Judd. And then finally,
Jeans.
we have a good story here.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, there's some sadness involved here. Florida man exonerated after 37 years
Wow.
for murder rape charges. 37 years in Hardy Correctional Facility, which
Where's
is
that at?
down south.
Okay, so like
And-
Miami-ish area?
yes.
Oh, so like
And,
very hot, very crappy.
It's, well, all prisons in
swampy.
Florida are awful, and everyone that works at prison is an awful person, or they didn't have good opportunities,
I bet you it's close
In
to a
life, or
nuclear.
both.
I bet you it's close to a nuclear reactor.
or a train track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is near a
they
nuclear
all
reactor.
Are. Yeah, but this one is especially bad, and the
Yeah.
guy did 37 years for something he didn't do. And it just, every time I see a story like this, it makes me think, how many people do we have locked up
That's a Florida court man
that should not be locked up?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
On a lot of levels. Not maybe they just didn't do the crime like this,
Yeah.
you know, DNA testing proves you wrong or whatever. But like in sort of the abstract
Yeah.
view of like,
Right.
you know, do we need to lock this person up?
Yeah.
If you have, I was discussing this with a few people because I do some prison reform work and advocacy and stuff.
Yes, you
If you have a dorm room of
Yeah.
200 guys in prison, 60 deserve to be there.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. And that's generous.
Right.
And so if you have a chance to look up the Marshall Project or
check it out.
do
please.
any prison reform work, it is sort of the forgotten population.
Totally.
And on that note, I do a podcast called Uncarcerated.
Yes, he does.
So you should check
It's
it out.
Very good.
Uncarcerated. We follow people as they come home from institutions.
Very
and
informative.
see this nifty shirt right here? That's Jay's podcast, Powwow with Pops, where he interviews people that I am jealous of.
Just people that I annoy until they answer the phone.
That's right. And then, like me.
For 4 years.
Then, hey-oh, zinger.
It's true.
And then we
Why aren't you
also
texting me back, Lee?
we also do
Why?
we do a radio show together every
Yes.
Monday. In case you guys want to listen, it's on WGOT.org. That's how you listen, no matter where you are. That's WGOT.org. It's at Monday evenings on 6 p.m. Eastern. It's called Salvation the Punk Rock Revival.
Live.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's live. Yeah, so we're gonna
Our
be
first
playing.
live show.
Yeah.
So look forward to the music. We've talked about it. I think we have some pretty good ideas of what we're going to bring you for that first time on the Punk Rock Revival being live. You can call in, make requests, talk with us, share some stories. We're going to do very heavy Gainesville stuff. This was Lee's idea, that we kind of stick with a very heavy Gainesville feel and show everybody why we do this and why we're so thankful to get to do it. And this isn't for us, it's for you, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm super grateful to be back on the radio. I did this show for, almost 8 years, wow. And it was very well received, and we had a lot of fun with it. And there's the fest here in Gainesville, so we're kind of like converging our live shows to coincide with the fest coming up. And we grew up. You have been in bands. I have chased bands like a stalker. So, we have that in common, and I'm just so glad to be back with a guy that knows what he's talking about and loves the music that I love, except for whatever shit band you just brought me. That is the worst thing I've ever heard, Jason, and you're just finding this out now.
You'll love it.
I pretended like I liked it when you played it for me, but it's so bad.
He likes it. I don't care what he says.
You cannot play that song
inside my bubble.
It sounded like Power Man 5000.
No, it sounded like Power Man 1 trillion.
In the meantime, if you don't listen to any of our podcast or radio shows, follow us right here on YouTube, the Floridiots podcast on all social plats.
Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button. That way, if anything new pops up, you get notified of it, and you're the first one to get to watch it. And
also, the more you click that button, the more other people can see it.
Yes.
Because YouTube and
you're helping
places, they'll bury it unless
You're helping create the algorithm and the things that you want to see. And maybe you'll be opened up to other shows like this that are DIY and not as, hidden. So hopefully you do that.
I feel like we have reached cable access status, which is
there.
where I want it to be. I want this show to be as low budget, cable access-ish as possible.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to be in studio maybe next time when we start doing this live, and it'll be like as if you're watching us in a real studio. And we're going to try it out, and I think it'll work out very well. We'll get a banner put up and have some stuff for you, and maybe work out little contests. And
we've got
like
some
that.
T-shirts and hats and some accoutrement for you. Yeah,
so we'll figure it out.
So just stick with us because the show is growing. We're having fun with it. So when we get done with our radio show Monday, we're just going to dump right into another. You'll get an extra Floridiots this week, basically, because we're going to do one Monday night. So
we're just going to do it off the cuff. See what happens.
Not that we ever prepare at all. So there you go, Floridiots.
Peace.